your two dad show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. This more, yeah.
Stories like a Turkish immigrant says there's basically no security at the border. What are we doing down here? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am JJ. That's Deacon. That's Dave. We are your internet dads. We meet Monday through Friday to drink coffee and carefully examine all of the news and make sure that the world is running just like it's supposed to. A-okay, perfect, no problems. We're diagnosing it as we go. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Right. You got it, brother.
Amazing.
Girl dad.
We used to call this, and I still think we should. It's on Fridays. It's the liar's table, so more people could come in, because on those little bitty restaurants, those old men sit around the table, and the waitresses call it the liar's table because those old men have solved every problem on the earth. They discuss it between them. They know, and if people would just ask them, they could solve all the problems. But nobody just asks those old men, so they just sit and eat breakfast and drink coffee.
That's what they do.
That's what we do. That's what we do here on the internet. Good morning.
All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. We have a bunch of little news to talk about.
Not a lot of stuff. I was struggling.
We got a little bit of migrant story. We got some border stuff. Putin has decided that the war is over and he would like a ceasefire with the current borders, since he's won and Ukraine is a dictatorship or whatever. We got a couple of little things to talk about. What do you guys? Let's do this first. And I don't know if you guys saw this.
Before we start anything, can I start off on something that I think we should probably do on the show? I didn't even discuss this with you, but I wanted to pass along something that happened to me last night. I won't pass along what happened to me, but something that we all need to keep in mind. And this is a piece of dad advice. So maybe a piece of dad advice
certainly.
At the start of the show.
Dad advice.
Yes, and this is something that I consistently work on as a person, as a human, as a dad. I work on this all the time because I did not have a control over this, and I did not understand this at the time. But words are very, very powerful things. Okay?
Words are my kids all the time. Words have meaning.
Words have meaning. We put that out there. It affects. It is vibration. It affects other people, and it might affect people in ways that you will never perceive. So I have said hurtful things to people. I have said hurtful things to people I love dearly and would never want to say something like that to, because I could not control my emotions and could not control. It was basically I could not control myself, and I let that take over. And it's nothing that happened last night. This is in the past, but words are very powerful. So pick and choose your words properly when you talk to people. Don't let your emotions take over, and realize that what may seem petty to you and an off thing to you might be very powerful to the other person. Okay. So just remember that your words are very powerful. So say positive things to people. Don't try to say negative things to people.
I feel like there's a lot of like hidden subtext here that I'm not getting.
No, there's not at all.
I read a study before that it said for every one negative comment, you have to have 9 offsetting positive comments to get you past one negative. So it definitely huge.
When I was in sales many years ago, we were always told that you have to leave a good impression, because if you leave a positive impression with somebody, they'll be happy and they'll leave. If you leave a negative impression with somebody, they will leave and they will tell everybody they know that so and so treated you like a jerk at the store and never go back. So that's real bad.
And it's, I mean, I was talking last night about the who is it? Dr. Emoto, I think is his name. He was a Japanese scientist that did the water experiment with the water from the river over there. I don't know. I think I've told JJ this one before, and I think he thought that it was all bull crap, but it's been reproduced.
Okay.
Since this came out. But this Japanese scientist, you could probably look this up, look up like Japanese water experiment or something like that. But this Japanese scientist basically took like 5 containers of water from this river and put this water from this river into 5 separate containers. And he took a microscope and he took pictures of what the water molecules look like in every container, and he put up a picture of what they look like, and they all look very similar, right?
Yeah.
So on each container, he took a piece of paper and he wrote the Japanese word for love, and then on the next paper number 2, he wrote like happy, kindness, and this something else positive. But on the 4th piece of paper, or the 5th one, the last one, he wrote, I hate you, you are ugly. And then he took those papers and he taped them to where they were facing on the inside of the water. And then after a certain amount of time, he went back in the microscope and looked at what these water molecules look like. And in the 4 containers that had the positive messages, these water molecules looked different, and they looked very beautiful and snowflake-like and whatnot. But the molecule that had, I hate you, you are ugly, all of those water molecules were warped and twisted and blob-like. They were not, and nothing had changed. They were the water from the only thing had changed was the words, what you put into the water.
If humans
are 70% water or 90% water.
So if we hear hate and we see hate on the news, whether it's our hate or no one else's or someone else's hate, it can impact us, right? Is that what we're getting at?
You've transitioned because you're a professional segue artist. You've transitioned to this that we talk about with that, but that's exactly right, because there was a story. I was looking at X this morning, and there was a story that come up that I started looking and I started reading, and I was watching the little video, and I could feel the anger coming up inside me, starting to build. So that's what we have to control. So I just wanted to pass that along before we got into news, because I know we don't have a lot. I wanted to say that words are very powerful. So watch what you say to people this weekend.
Good grief.
Rock and roll.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy.
Heavy D and the boys.
I need to...
yesterday. Heavy D and the boys.
The song today, for you people that maybe dip out halfway through the show, the song today is the best around.
Is it?
Oh, you
yeah,
sir. You.
Deke, I really wish that you had mentioned some of this water story earlier, because now I'm going to have to cancel one of my t-shirt designs. I didn't know that this was going to be such a big thing. So I didn't realize this was going to actually harm people. So
JJ,
I'm gonna have to cancel that.
You're so nice.
Dorks.
Only
Dorks on this show.
If only, there was a book that maybe contained numerous we'll call them passages that might reinforce the importance of love, of I don't know, we'll say iron, because men are very iron. Iron can sharpen iron. We could have resisting evil.
You guys
so
speaking in riddles are confusing.
No. They do. I know what you're talking about. They do have one of those books. Joel Osteen has written it, and you can find.
Oh my word! Now I'm going to get angry. I hate you.
Y'all are being mean to Joel Osteen. You're going to make his water be putrid or something. Come on, man.
He is a nice man.
Joel Osteen was mean to all those people during the flood. So I think 2 random guys from Kentucky can be mean to Joel Osteen if we wanted to.
How many migrants did you let sleep in your house, sir?
Hey, I don't have any that's come up to my door yet, but we'll see what happens when I cross that bridge.
Don't worry, that bridge coming to you.
Yeah, I know, but I can understand why Joel did not want to open up his mega church during the flood, because they just got new carpet, dude.
Yeah,
we were willing. I can say we were willing. We had a migrant family that was living across from us, and a bad situation. Husband or Yeah, so we were willing.
Leave it to Dave
Hey,
to ruin JJ's joke.
Off the rails.
Sorry,
All
man.
right.
JJ
Let's
makes a joke
talk
and then Dave's
news.
like,
Jeez. Illegal alien crosses into the U.S., expresses
That's
concern
not a
over
person.
no security.
That's a robot.
Who comes into this country? Turkish man asked. Killers, psychopaths. There's no telling. I don't know. I'm good, but these guys might not be. He literally says that. Watch this right here. Please, Twitter, don't dork up.
Did you have to pay a cartel?
Yes,
How much?
around 10,000.
10,000?
Yes. In fact, the American people is right, completely true. Who come into this country, they don't know. Well, okay, I'm good, but how if they're not good? How they have killer, psychopath, else? No guarantee of that. Why, like no security, no security check, no background check.
No security check, no background check. You're worrying about who's crossing the border?
Yes.
I'm very worried
Yeah,
about the
of
people
course,
with me.
I'm like, people are not look normal.
This guy next to him is like,
normal.
bro, I'm up here to kill people. Can you not tell people
You
what's
look
going
like-
on?
The dude looks like Sloth
Hey.
from the Goonies.
No,
The
no.
intelligent
Not
brother.
going there.
Hey, that's not fair. I've known some Turkish people. Turkish guys are very, very nice, except
I'm
for
not saying he's
wrestling.
not
When they're
nice.
wrestling, when they're doing wrestling, it's not
He's
cool.
wrestled.
But
I'm
He's
just
wrestled.
saying
do I
he's
need
got
to
a
pull the
weird
Turkish from
ass-
wrestling?
He's got a weird ass ear. He's
just-
got a nose and an
Yeah.
That's
eye.
from
and
wrestling. That is
He
from
probably
wrestling.
likes Baby Ruth candy bars.
This
Is all I'm saying.
is normal. I've seen this before. It's not. Some people have these super flat ears. Like, okay, so
I'm not the
Balls?
prettiest person in the world.
I
That's
got-
why I'm on radio and not.
But some people
television.
got really flat ears.
Look at my
All
big,
right,
look at
anyway.
my big ass earlobes. They're like bigger than my whole ear.
This guy, this particular guy, first of all, I would be like, hey, this guy seems okay. Like, he doesn't set my red flags off. You know, I mean, he's not supposed to be
Yeah.
doing that. It's $10,000, but he says that he was. He
didn't
admitted he
say
paid a cartel
a
10
dollar.
grand to help him cross the border
So
after
here's- okay,
he filed paperwork and the U.S. rejected him. And he was like, well, what am I going to do?
I'm here.
Just take
So
no for an
wait a minute,
answer?
Here's my question: if the border is completely open,
Yeah.
why is he paying the cartel $10,000 to get over the border? That really seems like the border is completely open, but the cartel
let me-
has set up a nice little toll booth
Let me
here.
tell you
have to
something.
go
If you
through
try
before
to
you go
if you
through
try
the
to cross that
road.
open border without cartel permission, you're going to be car dead because they will car kill you.
You're okay. You make a good car point there.
He said 10,000, but he didn't say $10,000.
I think it
assuming-
was implied. He says 10. It says 10,000. He said 10,000.
Well, that says, but he did not say dollars. So
No,
I mean,
10,000.
currencies are
Are you
different.
suggesting
10,000
that it's like
pesos is
10,000
what,
pesos?
$7? Yeah, yeah.
no,
why not?
What is
I
that?
mean,
$700.
that's the going rate for stealing your way into the U.S. is not $700. It's more than that. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, I
It's
always like it when
$600.
I appreciate it when these people that are illegally crossing in the country at least stop for an interview, and we can get an entrance interview or an
That's
exit
nice of them.
interview.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
not
it's helpful.
suspicious at all. Not suspicious at all. Come on.
I mean, like, would you stop for an interview if you're like, there's literally nobody here? Who's gonna? They'll never recognize
How
me.
many of these interviews have you seen as opposed to how many of those people, those news reporters go up to those people and try to ask them questions and they don't say a word?
Right.
Mm.
That's like a
Well, I'm sure that they're
No.
like, look, we're not going to put your name on screen. We're not even asking your name, but like, we're just trying to figure out what's going on down here. And this guy right here is like, honestly, I'm really concerned. You don't know what kind of people I've been traveling with. All right. I thought it was funny. The Democrats, 143 Democrats just voted regarding illegal immigrants. 143 Democrats just voted to allow illegal aliens to vote in our elections. Did you guys know this?
no.
Look at this. Libs of TikTok posted this. Libs of TikTok's one of the best accounts on X. Now, the measure did not pass because thankfully we have Republicans that will at least say no. Most of them will. But I don't see any Republicans that voted yay on voted against this. But and a handful of Democrats voted against this, but the measure was to repeal the DC non-citizen voting law. So DC has a law on the books that says non-citizens cannot vote, and the Democrats were trying to repeal it. Repeal it. Is that right?
Isn't voting a constitutional right for citizens?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean,
I need to double check that.
I believe that was an implicit part of the deal. If you're a citizen, you get to vote. And we've all kind of operated under the assumption now, like if you're not a citizen, you don't get to vote. Except a lot of people are like, yeah, but maybe they can vote. Doesn't it seem wrong? It seems wrong. It seems like maybe only citizens should be voting. Yeah. This is just DC elections. It's not federal elections, but still, Democrats are totally willing to let non-citizens vote. So that's pretty great.
I wish we could always go back to the time when DC didn't have any voting, whatever, no representation.
DC wants to be a state. DC is like 10 square miles or something like that. It's super tiny, and they're like, we should be a state.
But it is very.
It doesn't need to be a state. It's not
designed
to be a state.
Yeah. How about nobody should live there?
It's designed exactly what it's supposed to. And if you actually look into the history of that crap, it will all make sense. If you actually change your brain into thinking, could this country, let me see if this country lines up to be a business like dumbass Deacon says all the time. And it starts to make sense, JJ.
Yeah. There's constantly a move to push DC to become the 51st state and Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico has to weigh in on that. But if Democrats get their way, they will make DC a 51st state. It's like 99% Democrats. Of course they will. And then they'll get 2 more seats in the Senate, and they'll get, another
I'm not against letting Puerto Rico be the 51st state at all.
We got to redesign the flag, but yeah.
Who cares? They've done it twice. They've done it a million times.
Oh, they've done it more than twice.
I mean, when it was only like the 1950s when Alaska became a state.
Yeah, 56,
55, 57? 56, something like that.
Yeah, Hawaii and Alaska.
I have an idea.
It's not really that long ago.
Guys, let me pitch this idea to you. You guys keep 50 states in America.
59.
Texas will leave, and you guys can have like DC. Who's for that? Anybody for that? Texas? Nationalist movement. We're gonna move
I don't know if you have the votes, man.
And we leave you with the bad neighborhood. We don't need a vote. We'll just be
you
like,
have the border, though. You have the border.
Yeah. We're already doing the border. We'll just be like, you know what? We'll do the top side too.
Hell, we could make Mexico a state. We won't even need a border anymore.
What do we do with New Mexico?
If we make Mexico a state, we're gonna have to deal with the cartels in Mexico. And if we mess with the cartels in Mexico, then we're gonna have to mess with the CIA, because obviously the CIA runs the cartels in Mexico. So that's gonna be a problem. I don't know if you guys know that. Joey says, my wife is listening with me today. She wants y'all to know that she is looking forward to voting in the presidential election for the first time this year. All right, let's go Biden.
Tanya is from the Dominican Republic.
Rock on.
When she passed her little test and we were joking, I joked to Joey and I told her, I said, you probably know more about United States history than 80% of Americans. And she was like, no. I'm like, no, we were all Ashley. We
probably do.
Yes, you probably do.
You probably were yelling out 59 when Deke and I were saying 54, 55, 56. 59.
That was those two. Congratulations,
even have it,
Tanya.
Awesome. Proud of you.
Yeah, that's cool. She's listening in.
Thannly Joey and Tanya.
Hey, Rumble, you now
appreciate
have
it so much.
Subscribers. You still have 90 subscribers on Rumble, because I realized.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, I took it to 90.
Oh, thank you.
But hey, we're up to 1 viewer.
Hey, I've got since you bring it up, thanks so much for mentioning that people should like and subscribe to the show. The links are in the description below. We're on YouTube and Rumble.
I know you've got more political stories, but since we're talking about Rumble right now, can I go to something that we talked about yesterday a little bit?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Rumble, you might not have seen, but they have. I think they've introduced this maybe in a testing phase where you can leave audio comments. Audio comments. Have you seen? We have 3 audio comments that I was looking at yesterday. We had 3 audio comments.
We can't pull those up on video, but maybe you can play them.
Can I play them for you? This was left by a Bill.
Oh, Bill?
Yeah.
Hey, I think you guys are pretty cool. I listen in. I think you guys are pretty on the point with some of your things. Some of the stuff that you say is I disagree with. I will argue with you on that, but I'd love to be on the show one day. Maybe I'll get a camera, hook it up. I'm a busy guy, work all the time, but I listen to you guys on the go through Rumble, and I love to keep up the good work.
So I thought that was pretty cool. This one was from a viewer. I think with the letters and numbers and stuff, I think she's supposed to be Dorothy 812. So here's Dorothy 812.
Hey fellows, I'm actually a mom that listens in. I really enjoy your show. I try to catch it all the time, but I love listening to your takes, and you guys give some really good pointers on being a parent because we don't have a dad in our family, and I can see how it affects my children. So I love listening to you guys. Thank you for what you do.
I thought that was really awesome.
That's very hard.
And I have one more really positive.
No comments about our dad jokes yet? Come on.
Yeah, no, there was no. This one's from Patrick.
Yeah.
Hello, fellas. I stumbled across your internet badge show on the internet on Rumble.
International. That's an international one.
Several weeks ago.
He says something
I saw the option to where I could leave an audio comment. I just thought that I would leave your comment here from England. We listen in and we love your take on American culture.
England.
All we get is what we see from the rags and the media, and being able to listen to your perspective is very interesting for us over here. So thank you very much.
Oh, God bless America, England. God save the Queen. Oh, I'm sorry, King. The Queen died.
So there is a queen. No, there is a queen.
I know what your next question is going to be. Deacon, how does this? How is this about something that we talked about yesterday?
Yeah, what's going on, Deacon?
Remember yesterday when we were talking about the story with the pastor and the audio call?
Yeah.
Possibly being AI.
JP, we did talk about that on the air, yeah?
Yeah, JP Miller, and he was talking about how the phone call could possibly be AI. And for those that may not know how well AI is today, all 3 of those were me that I recorded yesterday. I did little accents, but every one of those are me that I ran through AI, and Rumble doesn't have an audio comment thing. I completely made that up just to go with this.
They need to get
They need to. That would be awesome. But this is me.
I saw the option to where I could leave an audio comment.
So I thought I would click in England and tell you. This one, Dorothy, I was going, look, you can tell I changed the way that I talked here because I was talking like Dorothy.
I try to catch it all the time.
You can hear a little bit of these things in my voice.
So wait, hold on. So you recorded it. It sounded like Deke doing a voice, and then you ran it through AI to actually change the voice.
Yes, because of Bill here.
I think you guys.
That's interesting.
I was talking like this, like in my New York accent. For Bill's
are pretty on the point.
Some of the stuff that you say is
I disagree with. I will argue with you on that. I'd love to be on the show one day.
That's
every
interesting.
one of those was me in AI.
For real.
So I just wanted to prove a point. All right.
We live in a fake world.
Anything about AI? That is the free 11 Labs. That's completely free. I don't have a subscription to that yet.
But you are joking. That's free.
That's the free speech to speech. I did a commercial. I did a commercial for my radio station with it today. I had one sent to me yesterday, and I was thinking I'm going to have AI do it in the morning and see how well it turns out, and just run it and see. And what this test is I want one of the other people. I want one of the salespeople to hear it and go, "Who is that's doing that?" That's the goal. That's why I done it. I want somebody in the radio station that listens to go, "Who is that does that?" So
that is so interesting. I knew they had text to speech. I did not know they had speech to speech. That is.
Yeah. You record your audio and you can run it through. You can run the sensitivity to where you want it more like you. You can even change. They call it excitement, but it's more like inflection, because the more that I would put, the more that he would add.
Did you record the transcript, or did you just record audio and then typed in what you wanted it to say?
No, I recorded it. It was my voice.
So I was what I understood with the Micah Miller 911, the thought from some individuals is it's captured audio that's been filtered through AI and spit out specific things to say.
So that is the pay in one of the paid.
That's the paid version. Okay.
What I can do is I can transmit a piece of audio, and then it will take my voice and then use my voice to do AI with whatever.
You can give yourself a message from deceased relatives doing that.
That's what I was saying. My buddy that has this, that he took our boss's an interview that he did in the 90s and used his voice, and now he can type and make him say anything, but he has the paid version. This version, the free, is speech to speech. So whatever you say will change it into someone else's voice. But if you want,
so you're saying that's Enlighten AI. So they have several features here. Yeah, 11 labs, but it's their free forever, includes Enlighten AI. That's the one that does the audio to audio.
I guess.
Wow, that is nuts, dude.
10 cents per hour. These prices are ridiculously cheap.
Well, it was the one that I want is like $220 a year, as opposed to $50 a year. I think there's $50 a year one, and then the free one. But the one that I would prefer to use is $220.
I mean, you could be kicking out, like, audiobooks are about to be like, that'll just not be a gig anymore.
Actually, hang on, let me show you this and see if you recognize this. Why do you do that, Gemini? I don't like you. You're mean.
Dude, oh man, there's like a theological thing Gemini did the other day, and I was like, holy cow, this is going to revolutionize stuff. This is crazy. And we might circle back to that. I'll see if I can get the images so I can throw them up.
Here, let me see if it'll work while I'm here. Hang on, let me see if it'll do this. The Internet Dad Show is the best show on the internet.
Yeah.
That was dumb. All right, let me see if you recognize this voice.
Tune in daily for your jokes.
Oh, I didn't. I thought I brought it up on the screen. Here, let me bring this up on the screen for you to show you what.
So we get like a live demonstration
on the internet.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, that's the Adam voice. Yeah,
yeah,
they have a few pre. So do you?
Wait a minute, Dave. Do you recognize that?
Oh, it's on. The Internet Dad Show is the best show on the internet.
Oh my God, that's where they get it from. They all those YouTube clips.
That's where they get it from. That's Adam from 11 Labs.
Oh my God, I always hear that voice, and I'm like, that guy's getting work everywhere. And I'm such an idiot. Of course, it's an AI.
I can tell AI. I'm pretty good because
we need to do some shorts with that voice.
I'm the guy.
So the only thing that threw me off on the audio clips was it was just so much. It was so clean in the background, and if you're recording and uploading a video, I would expect there to be some kind of ambient noise. You've got 3 different audio clips. Somebody's going to have some ambient noise in the background.
You know what? That's brilliant that you picked up on that, because I have done that before with clean audio like that. I have literally done this and turned on the radio and turned on the recorder and recorded like 30 seconds and then take that and put it in the background to give it that extra noise, because as clean as it is, it does sound a little unnatural.
Yeah, those were super clean.
I used to have a guy that I trained editing audio, and for the longest time he would edit the breaths out of things. And I'm like, you edit the breaths out of things if you're doing a spot, but if it's a speaking thing, you don't want to edit don't edit the breaths out of somebody doing the weather. It sounds really weird when you edit the breaths out of something. I used to edit the breaths out of our podcast there for the longest time.
Yeah. And
oh my God,
that some people would suck their teeth constantly.
two people specifically every time they talk.
That's all right.
In an audio wave, that's a big.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Hey. Okay. The show's completely off the rails. Okay. Well, listen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
New York Daily News posted that hundreds of Trump supporters pack a Bronx rally as protesters jeer outside. Mere hundreds. Only a couple hundred people. For the first time in years.
Live yesterday on TikTok. I watched a guy live on TikTok and watched this yesterday. He was right there in the front. You could see all the Secret Service people there. If there were 100 people there, no, I didn't, because he was right there in the front, and you could see Trump standing over there talking after the speech. But let me tell you what he said the whole time he stood there.
Yeah,
as he was live, he kept saying, I'll get out of here as soon as I can, but nobody's moving right now. There ain't nobody moving. So I'm just standing here. I'm still live. And I figure I'll just keep going, because there ain't no way I can squeeze myself out of here. We ain't moving right now. We're just
It must have been a very small spot then, if there were hundreds of people, but yet you couldn't move. So it must have been very, very small.
I'm just telling you what I heard on the live guy. I watched for about 30 minutes yesterday.
For the first time in years, Donald Trump held a campaign in New York City, taking to Bronx Park to recite some of his most popular talking points. This is from New York Daily News, though. He started off with encomium, into his hometown where he's widely popular. I'm thrilled to be back in the city where I grew up, the city I spent my life, the city I helped build, and the city where we all love. We are going to turn New York City around, and we are going to turn it around very, very quickly, he said. So apparently there were hundreds of people for this event. Here is I got a couple of shots here. The most probably important one would be this overhead shot from Mediaite. Check this out. Look at this photo of mere hundreds of people at the. Can you guys see that? Geez. Oh, geez. Where'd it go? Look at that. There's probably
that looks like tens of hundreds.
Yeah, maybe
20.
I
would say maybe 400 people there.
You think that's 400 people?
No.
Yeah,
way.
I think it's about 400 or 500 people. Yeah.
400 or 500 people. So the
remember I speak estimates in groups weekly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably about right.
That's at least
maybe I would probably go around the 600 or 700, but
so we don't know. Oh, that's at 11:09. 11:09 in the morning.
I'm just trying.
I'm sure there's an AI bot that can count the number of people in that picture.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to judge by the person on the stage itself. You know, I've been to a lot of concerts, so that's probably about. I would say 600-700 people, which is more than the 30 people that went to Biden's rally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see that photo is from 11:09 a.m. I'm looking for what time the Bronx rally actually was. Oh, here's another photo. This is probably the same crowd right here. Check this photo out. That looks like just hundreds, just a couple hundreds. And then here is, I think, a video clip. Here. So Bronx. There's some folks in Bronx that turned up for Trump. Okay. I think that overhead shot.
No. Are those Bronxites? I want to make sure I'm getting my terminology correct. Are those Bronxites? Well,
yeah.
So one news source claimed that it was probably out of towners, but yet another news site said, "Oh, this rally looks a lot different than normal Trump rallies," implying that it's a lot more brown. So which is it? Are they out of towners or are they from the Bronx? So
bet you there's a lot of them that are from New York.
The permit was for 3,500 people. Apparently there were 10,000 tickets. And there was a claim that something like 37,000 people were in the area outside of the event and lined up in a long line. Because there wasn't room in the venue, which was a park, but they only had a permit for so many people. So the Bronx rally seemed like it turned out all right for Trump. What happens what happens if it? Let me add to this. New York is a solidly blue state, and like all blue states, it's actually a blue city that runs a red state. Okay, so there's a couple urban areas, New York City in particular, solidly blue. Normally, plus 23 points Democrat. Currently, Joe Biden is only leading Donald Trump by 9 points. It is within the realm of possibility that Donald Trump could take New York State, or at least flip some districts in New York. Wouldn't that be crazy if New York went for Trump? Oh, you got no comment there. He's got no comment. Bronxonians. Is that Joey says Bronxonians? What did we determine that they're?
We looked yesterday. It's Bronxites. We thought it was ridiculous.
I really thought bronxite was like one of those minerals that grows beneath the ground, but my geology is not so good.
I swear that sounds like a cleaning material, sir.
You mean your geometry?
I think you put a little bronxite in some water and a scrub brush, and you just get that grime out.
Use bronxite in a scrub brush.
That's borax.
Oh, borite.
Borax. Oh, okay. Borax.
Borax.
My bad.
My bad.
It's borax.
Okay.
Borax.
All right.
I don't know.
What time was the Bronx rally? Oh, that. Okay, here I found the answer. The rally at the Bronx was at 6 p.m. That overhead shot that showed only a few hundred people, you say 500, that was from 11 a.m. From 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., I bet you some more people showed up. So
probably not many people in 7 hours. I mean, because
you don't think so?
Was after the time that most people would get out and get off, and so probably not. He said, stupidly.
Last question. What was the estimated of the attendance of the Bronx rally?
Are you asking AI these questions?
I'm seeing thousands. I'm seeing 3,500. I'm seeing 10,000.
Yeah, it's really unsure.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Someone said a Limp Bizkit cover band could pull a bigger crowd.
Okay, a more specific estimate from the campaign suggested 25,000 supporters were present. So, all right.
How many? How many did you say?
25,000. The campaign says 25,000. Of course, can't trust the campaign. Can't trust anybody. But you definitely cannot trust the media that says hundreds, because that's not true. All right. Okay, that's the political stuff this morning. What else do we got? Did you guys have some? I got one more that's relevant to you guys. I don't know if I put it in the show notes or not. Check this out. Apparently, the problem has been solved with East Palestine. The United States reaches a $310 million settlement with Norfolk Southern over the toxic East Palestine train derailment. Problem solved, right?
Yep, everything's good. Let's go.
Okay.
You're all good, happy. Go back. Your ground. You can use it now.
Yeah, you're good. Problem solved. We wrote a check.
Where does that money go to? Does it say?
The EPA said, and the Justice Department announced the settlement with Norfolk. It said that the EPA held the company accountable for footing the bill for the damage occurred in the train derailment. In April, Norfolk Southern agreed to pay $600 million in a class action lawsuit related to the derailment of East Palestine. So, yeah.
And Norfolk Southern lives there. I have a friend who lives there. She's got a farm, her and her husband do, and I will be asking her some questions. I probably won't see her again until the 3rd of June, but I will ask her all kinds of questions then.
I hope she got in on that class action lawsuit, because you're not getting money from them otherwise.
The 3rd of June, planets are supposed to be lined up in our solar system.
That's exciting. I heard that tonight the moon is actually going to be visible from Earth. It's not going to happen again until tomorrow night.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I have to check that out. Last night, I think, was the point in the year when the moon goes through the main thing at Stonehenge just right.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was. I read about that this morning.
That's cool. I want to go to Stonehenge. And
I wish they would just bring Stonehenge over here. They should just bring Stonehenge over here so we can get there.
Stonehenge, man. It's pretty cool, brother.
No.
Them cars.
All right, your turn, guys. What do you want to do?
I got theological AI stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, let me
You got
see.
it,
Yeah,
guys.
if
Oh, wait,
if
hold on.
yeah,
Let
yeah,
me get to this one first. I just thought this was
go.
humorous. I saw this morning. Oregon conservatives have said that we want out of this woke state. Idaho,
yes.
will you take us? So 14 of the 36 Oregon counties voted to start negotiations to join Idaho by
Right.
moving the state border 200 miles west. The effort seeks to lower taxes and better representation, blaming liberal policies for a crime spike, especially drug-related offenses. Look at what the new map would look like. The new state.
Yeah,
Go
that would be dope.
Wow.
So here's the thing. You might immediately think, hey, they have to get permission to do that. No, they don't have to get permission to do that. Those two states, they only need to each state would need to pass legislation in their own state that they agree to move the border. And then those people that are in Oregon would actually be in Idaho. They don't need anybody's permission. Now, will the Blue City Democrats allow their red county serfs and slaves to move to Idaho? No. That's where they get all of their food and their tax dollars from. So yeah, they're not going to let you leave. You're serfs. You're owned by the blue cities.
So get back to work and quit watching stupid internet shows.
Absolutely. Get out there and grow some wheat or corn or whatever the hell you do out there, you nobodies.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Do they grow potatoes in Oregon?
They do now.
Just grow weed.
No, Oregon's got weed. Idaho's got potatoes. So right there on the border, you get some really awesome potatoes, man.
Some really high spuds.
You're really high spuds.
Oh, good grief. All right.
It's not even dad joke time.
Yeah, let's
yeah, since we're getting
did I mention
for you.
I think I mentioned Putin wants a Ukraine ceasefire.
Okay, good for
I
him.
mentioned that, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's like, hey, we shouldn't be fighting. We already won. So
okay. So I got some funny ones for you.
All right, let's go.
This first one here is I don't think I can do it any justice in explaining it. I think this is 1 minute and 4 seconds long, and I think this thing needs to it needs to speak for itself. I will preface this by saying there's a lot of Gen X videos coming out where these people are like, the Generation X, our generation has been awakened and we're
rising
pissed off
up
now, and we're rising up because we're mad that everything has gone to crap. So the Gen X people are all mad and getting together. One of the things they keep talking about is how, the Gen X has no racism. We never saw racism and all this. And so everybody is making these, they're scared of Gen X. Well, I don't think we need to be as scared of Gen X as we do of Generation Z. Watch this.
U.S. government of America, you've made a big mistake. You think you can take away our app? Well, we are the most powerful generation that there ever was. We are Generation Z. We won't let TikTok fall. We will rise above it all. We will save TikTok. Time's running out. Can you hear the clock? Joe Biden, we are ready for war. You want us so bad, and now you want more. Who's with me?
I'm not.
West.
Is he peeing? Are you peeing off camera?
Might be.
I was getting more coffee. What in the hot hell was that?
First of all, he's underage, so I'm not gonna say anything against him.
I am revoking his
crap.
citizenship.
Right.
He's not American.
I am revoking his
British.
citizenship.
He was British.
What a mercy.
You
All
heard the
right.
accent.
One more. I saw this.
We do stuff every single day on this show that's kind of embarrassing, but we've never done that.
You could.
We could, if you want
we
to.
can sing
That
a
took some
song.
choreography because
Play
he missed
guitar.
his.
Deacon play drums.
Subscribe to your two dads.
Okay.
not
I'm
the
going to
two
teach you
dads.
guys
Oh,
something
internet
today.
dads. Shit.
I'm fixing to teach you, all you guys out there and gals, maybe a very valuable lesson. Our buddy here. This is 1 minute and 31 seconds, but you got to bear with me on this one, okay?
Oh, dear. I
He's
had to
gonna
bear with
teach
you on the
you-
last one.
He's going to teach you
Yeah.
a lesson here today.
Right.
Okay. Here's our buddy. You see him?
Oh, not this guy.
I am going to show you how to properly consume a can of Viennese sausages.
All right.
First, you gotta get your Viennese sausages. Next,
My son sent
go
me this.
ahead, you open it up.
Why is he struggling
Wait,
with the
wait.
can?
Preservatives right there.
Take out the middle.
That's key. You got to take out the middle.
I do agree. The middle one has to come out first.
The middle one comes out for always.
do
first.
Cut your
Yes.
finger if you go to the sides.
You guys are making me ill.
Yeah.
Put your hot
This
sauce in.
this show's no
rotate it
fun
around.
anymore. What have you done?
Evenly distribute
We're losing view.
your
Our count's going
hot
down
sauce
by the
to your
second.
I'm trying to teach you
Not the
people
flat
how to
line.
eat Vienna sausages properly.
No,
Fine.
this
I just
gross.
want-
That guy.
It takes him another minute to finger around in that can of Vienna
Oh
sausages and
God.
get
So
them
bad.
all out. The thing that got me was I like Vienna sausages, but I like the barbecue ones. But drinking the
Yeah.
oh
Gel. Yeah, it's like
Don't we talk all the time about preservatives in food, unhealthy food, ruining your genetics and your chemistry and everything?
I don't
That's
know
literally a can of that nasty trash.
I don't know how much genetics he has left to ruin, but
Bro needs to
All right.
pre-order a Gravestone.
I figure
That's
if
what
I
I'm
saw
saying.
that,
I'm
y'all
gonna
would
try to
too.
tick people off now because I'm gonna go theological on you all. All right.
Mm.
So y'all know that I'm a
Oh
minister.
wait, hold on. This is an AI video, though.
This
right?
is an AI video. Go for it.
Ah,
Go for it.
yes.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI News.
You got hair. You got Schwarzenegger's hair. Old Schwarzenegger's
Yes.
hair.
That's
Like
right.
original.
Hold on.
All
Wait,
right.
I need to update my graphic
Yes.
here for
Yes,
this.
you do. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you give him a beard instead?
Gary the
Give him a
Terminator is
beard.
on. Instead, now
Yeah.
we have Arnold the Terminator.
So
on.
I
There
come
you go.
from Restoration
Land
Movement.
Down Under?
No, the Restoration Movement. You are familiar undoubtedly with the Protestantism, and basically what that started with is, hey, let's protest the Catholic Church for doing things wrong.
Sure.
And I'm really simplifying this. You've heard of the Reformation movement. Let's reform what the Catholic Church is doing because we don't like that.
I
And
have
that's
a
kind of where all these
Reformation Bible.
denominations, right? I think I do too. I do. So what the branch of Christianity I come from is the Restoration movement. A little over 200 years ago, these individuals who were former Baptists, former Presbyterian, they were just fed up with all the denominationalism, closed communion, all these different things. And they said, let's go back and let's restore New Testament Christianity. We don't have a problem with the Catholics. We don't have a problem with these other denominations, even though they're going to disbar us for doing this. So they started going back and looking at New Testament. Hey, what are they doing there? What are the important things to the church there? Let's do those things here. Let's see how we can put them into practice. So you've got the Church of Christ non-instrumental, which is our very, I'll use political terms just to kind of ease it all out, our very right-wing group, very conservative. You have the Disciples of Christ, Christian Church Disciples of Christ. There are very left-leaning branch of the Restoration
Okay.
movement. You have the Christian churches and Churches of Christ instrumental, which means they use instruments in worship. Non-instrumental, no instruments, because you don't see that in the New Testament. Anyway, so I come from the Christian Church of Christ group in the middle. And one of our, the two things that we really get worked up about is communion. We see it as a practice that happened every time the church met. So
For those that don't know, communion is whenever you take the bread and the grape juice and you say, "This is the body, this is the blood."
Right. The Lord's Supper, the Eucharist.
Unless you're
however you wanna
Catholic,
phrase
and
it.
then you're like, "No, this is an actual miracle. It's happening right now, and it's actually Jesus's body and blood."
Transubstantiation, consubstantiation, fascinating stuff. and I can teach you all about it later.
Okay.
The other one we get worked up about is baptism, the placement of baptism. What's the purpose of baptism, mode of baptism? Baptism, of course, in the Greek is baptizo. It means immersion or immersed. It doesn't renetzo, sprinkling, pouring. Those don't happen in the scripture. They were later inventions. But then when it comes to why we are baptized, this is an area that the Christian church is kind of a big deal to us, but it's taken differently by some other denominations, like my Baptist brothers and sisters. We see it connected to salvation. You're not saved because you're baptized. You're saved because of what Jesus Christ did for you on the cross. But we see repentance, we see prayer, we see baptism, all connected to salvation. So we would say, hey, this is an essential part of it.
Okay.
Or a condition for it.
All right, preacher man. What's this have to do with AI?
Now,
you need to cut to the chase before.
I'm getting there. Come on. We just watched a minute of a guy eating Vienna sausages.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So my Baptist brothers and sisters will say it's a first priority or first obedience. So at any rate, all right. Now, do I have permission to share screens? I'm trying to click buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm giving you permission. Yes, you do.
No, share. You have to share, and then I have to turn it on.
A buddy of mine asked Gemini, is baptism essential for salvation? And this is the answer that Gemini spit
Essential.
out.
Essential. Okay, go ahead.
Essential.
That's the keyword there.
Yes. According to the Bible, baptism is a condition of salvation. The Greek word for baptism means to immerse. And the Bible mentions several types of baptism, including John's baptism, baptism of the Holy Ghost, and baptism of fire. However, some reformers have changed the purpose of baptism to an outward sign that one has been saved by their faith, or an inward thing. So let me get past all the thing. Just the fact that AI is making theological statements or maybe adding to the conversation, I think is absolutely fascinating. Yeah, it does support the way I understand scripture, but oh my word, this is like, I hadn't considered the ramifications of asking AI, hey, tell me, what does the Bible say about this? Because you don't have commentaries to fall back on here. You don't have traditions to fall back on. You have AI just, hey, this is the text. Now, eventually AI will be populated with commentaries, and they can give you
so
Augsburg.
I mean, it's good for summary, okay, but like AI does it. AI, not that it can't, but it does not offer assessment or analysis. AI essentially offers the summary opinion that it got from reading other people's stuff. And if you ask it to make an assessment itself, very often AI will be like, well, some people think this and some people think that and some people think that.
That's why when you use AI and what Dave is saying, this is a very good thing, I think, too, because AI has access to all of these other books that I would love to read and love to learn what those books say about these certain subjects. And AI has instant access to, I can say, what is actually the Greek word for this that they use in the Bible. And I won't have to spend 15, 20, 30 minutes searching for something like that. AI can give it to me.
Right.
That's cool.
I think it's fascinating. There's gonna be discussions.
I spent a long time there, a decade, 2 decades ago. I spent a while trying to prove a point to somebody with the Bible. And my point was, if God says it, if it says it in the Bible, it's probably pretty important, right? If it says it twice in the Bible, the same thing twice in the Bible, that's probably, they've said it twice now in the Bible. And I was trying to tell them, do you know how many times it's mentioned in the Bible where you are to hold your tongue? We started the show about words and we're going to end on words. Do you know how many times in the Bible it's mentioned about holding your tongue and watching your words?
How many times?
89 or 93.
Yeah, that's a big number. That is a lot.
I'm not even joking. Y'all can go look that up.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the 89, 87, 93. I don't remember what the exact number was. It was way on up there. I think it was 88, but I may be wrong. So,
That's a lot.
It's important.
It's very
Yeah.
important.
That's what it's. I think that's like way more time than like demons are mentioned, right? Way
And
more.
angels.
Probably.
Angels are mentioned maybe.
Handful.
It's. I think it's like maybe 20 or 30 times. I don't know. I don't know offhand. But being good to your neighbor, watching what you say to people, like
Y'all know what the most
there's a lot
common
of that.
commandment in the Bible is?
What is the most common commandment?
A lot of people think it's love God. That's not. That's the second most frequent command. The first commandment, or the most important commandment, is to fear not. That happens more than any other commandment. Fear not. Trust
Fear
God.
not.
Fear not. Fear not.
All right.
The most frequent commandment in the scripture.
Even if you happen to see, I don't know, unnatural, horrendous things like werewolves, right?
Or a guy eating Vienna sausages. Good segue, JJ. Let me bring up this video again. Oh,
yeah, please.
No.
Okay, or is it time?
Put it in the Discord channel.
Yeah. Boy, this is an off the rails show from the jump. Like from the start of the show, this one was pretty.
Well, repent
out
and be
there, guys.
baptized. And
But it's Friday. It's the end of the week.
It is.
Well, I think I have the wrong background video. Get the right one. Okay. Wrong background video is leaving. Okay. All right, guys. Music. Did you do music yet?
Oh, music.
hasn't.
So the final day of our messages to the future. I thought get out your. Oh, I don't have it pulled up here on the thing yet. So it is our freaking song today is Joe Esposito. Do you know who Joe Esposito is, JJ?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know
Yes, you
Joe
do.
the music artist Joe Esposito?
I have no idea.
Oh crap, I screwed it up, so you're not going to get it on the screen. But Joe Esposito sung this song "You're the Best." Okay, let me go through a couple of the verses for you here. Try to be best because you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it. Try to believe though the going gets tough that you're gonna hang tough to make it. History repeats itself. Try and you'll succeed. Never doubt that you're the one and you can have your dreams. You're the best around. No one's gonna ever keep you down. You don't know that
That's very like uplifting.
Is it familiar to you?
No, but it sounds like it's uplifting. Oh, Karate Kid, huh?
That's that crappy song at the end of Karate.
I might have just pulled something.
I think I did too. I screwed up my chair.
Oh my God.
So dude, that is the corniest song, but if you listen to it, it's like, yeah. It's either that or Eye of the Tiger that I was like, no, dude.
I listened to Eye of the Tiger so many times when I was a kid.
Dude, listen to this freaking song and tell me that don't get you pumped up.
All right.
You're the best.
All right. At the end of the show, it's the end of the show when we start telling dad jokes. So that's what we're going to do now. Dad joke time. Dave, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll keep with the church theme, man. You all know I'm a huge Batman fan, right? What do you call when Batman skips church?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
How about Christian Bale?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, you can have a laugh on that one. All right. Deacon. Why do you too? Deacon.
Phone call.
Oh, he got a phone call. All right. Hey, what did the computer say when it fell into quicksand? What did the computer say when it fell into quicksand? Help! I'm sinking. No? Okay. No. That's not good. Put a big X on that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So,
Maybe
I know
two
we've had a lot of stories here on the show about Boeing. They've been in the news.
yeah.
In the news
Yeah.
a lot lately. I guess that's the only way that they can get actual airtime.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
Thank you, people, for clapping.
All right. You want to do one more? It's Friday. One more joke?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I have a funeral coming up here, and it reminds me of a story where the man walked into a funeral and asked the widow, you mind if I say a word? And she said, sure, whatever you like. And he gets up to the podium and he says, bargain. And then he goes and sits down and she says, that means a great deal.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
That's
All
great.
right.
I like that.
All right. I'll go.
That's great. I like that.
What do you get when you have two doctors at once? What do you get when you have two doctors at once?
No,
paramedics.
A paramedic. That's
Nice.
Thank you.
Your jokes are getting better, JJ.
Yeah, they're getting better.
I'm working my way through the book here.
All right, I'll leave you with this for you aspiring guitar players out there. One of the most important lessons in playing a guitar. Okay, stay tuned.
Yes, everything. You get them all. All right. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye. No, we won't. See, that's wrong.
Tomorrow.
Guys, if you want to hang out with us again, we'll be back on Monday at 8 o'clock. YouTube.com at Internet
Monday.
Dads. Then you will be
Memorial
here.
Day.
Yeah. Links in the description. Yeah. Like and subscribe. We'll be back. We will be back. Oh, yeah, it's Monday. Memorial Day. It's like a holiday.
Lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth.
Look at that girl.
Tune in now to your To That Show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that